Today we're going to look at lowest terms, and lowest terms is referring to fractions, basically getting a fraction in its simplest form. So here we have a fraction of 2/10. We want to get 2/10 down to its simplest form because if I look at the 2 and the 10, they both have something in common. It is not in its simplest form. So the factor that they have in common is 2. So if I divide the top and the bottom by 2, it would simplify down to 1/5. There is my answer. We've also talked about GCF, finding the greatest common factor. I can also find the greatest common factor of 2 and 10. I can list those out. Take out a 2 out of those because 2 is what they have in common, and that turns into a 1 and a 5. And what I do is I just put my line in between, which gives me 1/5. Either way is correct. It's whichever way you feel comfortable. Let's look at another example. 12/15. So again, what factor do they have in common? It looks like a 3 is in common. So if I divide by 3, then that's going to give me 4/5. And let's check that with the GCF. So if I take 12 and 15, take out my common factor of 3, it becomes 4 and 5. Put my line in between, so I have 4/5. Alright, now would be a good time to pause the video to look at it. What factor do they have in common? I'm hoping that you said 25, so I can take out a 25 out of both of these. And that's going to give me 1/3. And again, if you prefer the GCF method, 25 and 75. So take out 25, so that becomes 1 and 3. My fraction's right there, 1/3. Let's continue on. Again, pause the video here, see if you get the same answer as I am. 17/51, what factor do they have in common? So if I wanted to find their factor, I can list 17 and 51. Let's find their greatest common factor. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 is not divisible by 3. 5 and 1 is divisible by 3 because 5 plus 1 is 6. So I can take out here, let's see what 17 times 3 is going to be. So that would be 1, carry my 2, 51. So I can take out a 17. So if I take 17 out, that becomes 1/3, so 1/3. Or I can divide the top and the bottom both by 17 to give me an answer of 1/3. Let's take the time to look at one more example. Check to make sure you're understanding this properly. Again, pause the video and get your answer. 21 and 35. What factor would they have in common? They both can be divisible by 7. So if I take out a 7, that's going to give me 3/5. 21 and 35. My GCF, take out a 7, 3 and 5, put my line there, 3/5. Alright, so I changed my mind. This will be the last time that I change my mind. This, I promise, will be your last problem for today on the video. 24/52. Try and do this one on your own. Alright, 24 and 52. If I look at these, they both have 2 as a factor. So if I divide both of these by 2, that's going to give me 12 over 26. 12 over 26 is still not in simplest form, so I'm going to have to divide by 2 again. So if I divide by 2 again, that's going to give me 6 over 13. Okay? That would be my final answer. Same thing if I use the GCF. If I go 24 and 52, and I look at these and I say they're divisible by 2, that's going to become 12 and 26. If I take out a 2 again, it's going to become 6 and 13, which just put my line in the middle, 6 over 13. There is my final answer. So hopefully now, after watching this video, you have a better understanding of how to get your fraction into lowest terms. Thanks.